we're getting a lot of chests so far. 15 more health when I only had 120 health is pretty significant right now. That's a lot of effective health. We're gonna start just skipping mobs. We don't need to go. We have this crack over here, so we're gonna go towards that. So we're just gonna keep on trucking. This thing is just complete randomness, so just hitting the plunger. We got nothing good, but that's alright. I am gonna go after ore because this is kind of a money run. It's like a hybrid. Like, I feel like I won't have any issues completing the run. Well, depending on item drops. I already have 2-piece kings, so I'm looking pretty good, but I want to at least have some money by the end of it, so I don't have to take time and run just to farm, run like a lower NG just for ore. But that's personal preference. It's just to like try to save time. I'm skipping some piles of gold that are smaller because I already have 1700, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be a shop on this floor. They're usually on the top side of the map. So maybe next floor, which I have the whole floor worth of gold I can get. I know I said this is a farm and run, but ore isn't taxed and everything else is. Well, gold is the only other thing. So a lot of times I wouldn't go this backtrack way, but I see there's an elite in here, so I want to kill the elite just in case he drops an item. Otherwise I would just continue on and get XP later in the run. Because as you can see, I've done a whole floor and I've gotten an abysmal amount of XP, not even 1%. Alright, so we're continuing on. Didn't actually mean to press meteor there, I meant to do blast wave, but worked out. Just grab this, and we're going to continue to floor 2. So we haven't found our shop yet. We're just cruising along. This is going to be kind of a long run, so we're going to lose a lot of health from Crimson Death, but it's really okay. We'll get it back from the first thing we kill in the next floor. Hopefully find our shop pretty soon, and we can get something good. So, hello and welcome anyone that's just joining in. We just finished our NG+1 sorcerer run. And we're doing our wizard now because he's our next lowest. So yeah, there's all our health, and one left click. Probably not worth grabbing that, but I already committed to it. So it's really just, don't waste the time. So there's a secret there. The monster told us about it. We'll get that item. You can see the shop over there. So we're gonna grab a little gold because we want to make sure that when we go to the shop, we get all the items we want to get. Because if we go to the shop and there's an item we want to buy, like let's say he only has 3 good items, and we leave the shop to go farm more money, and we come back. If we leave the shop to farm more money and we find the item we want, then we have to buy some terrible item, and that's happened multiple times. So the idea is either find all the items first and then buy the 3 you want to buy, or buy the 3 items first. So you can get essentially a 4th item. It's a very minimum thing, but it essentially gives you an extra item in the shop to pick from, or reduces the chances that you get -1 item to pick from. So we're gonna grab the silver, probably clear those, figure out what's to the south right there. I don't have expanded floors on this run, so I'm not going to do the aspect ratio trick right now. I see we have a non-locked chest, so we'll be coming back down there for that. So this probably branches out to where we go down, over, and up. So we may go down first. We'll see if we can snipe off this plant with some meteors after we kill these guys. Yeah, okay, so that was pretty easy. Alright, looks like it all connects. So we're going to go down first, because I'm committing to get all the items first, / have enough money to, I keep pressing the wrong button. I meant to do blast wave, but cast a meteor. I want to get all the items available in the map before I go shop, because I don't want to get the item outside of the shop and then not be able to buy what I want. I have to buy something worse. Alright, so we're just cruising along. Yeah, playing a little quickly here. It's probably not the safest thing to do, but as long as you keep moving, most of the melee mobs can never touch you. The only thing I really have to worry about in Act 1 is just the beetles. So we're on the 3rd floor. Alright, so let's think about what we want here. This brochure is pretty attractive because 10% damage undead. We're about to go into Act 2, which is mostly undead. Act 3 is mostly undead. And then Act 5 is mostly undead. So that's basically 10% more damage against 3 out of the 4 acts we have left. So we're probably going to take that. 3 damage of primary. We use it basically for the passives, which isn't part of the primary. Like this has the primary tag, but combustion has the passive skill. So skill is important here because skill is what skill power enhances, and the same with Scorch Earth. So this 3% or this 3 flat fizz does increase it from 18 to 21, but it's not enough to really buy it over anything else, I don't think. So we're gonna get the pamphlet of Undead. I don't think we really need the mana. I kind of tend to go on the defensive side, so I'm gonna grab the buckler, and we'll grab the ring of mana. I just never want to have a mana issue. It could have been worth getting the scimitar. They're all kind of bad after the first 2, so it doesn't really matter. But let's continue on. Since we're on the 3rd floor, I'm not going to deposit, because if we go into Act 2 and there's a vendor on the 1st floor, we want to have enough money to buy from him right off the bat. So we're going to skip these mobs up here. We can see there's a deposit, and we saw when we were up there that there wasn't anything. So we're just continuing on. I'm going to skip this. We should be able to just right-click a bunch of Scorched Earth before we even start fighting him. We can also do a Meteor, and then we bring him out. You know, he'll take all the damage over time. So that didn't really land, but see, I'm just stacking a bunch of damage over time, and there we go. Alright, so we got vendors have more items. It's vendors have 2 more items, so we'll hopefully be able to complete our king set and get some Markham set going by just having more items available. So it's not like a super exciting item, but it pays off later in the game. I wouldn't pick it over anything else that's good. Like it's a green item, so it at least takes a green item out of the pool. It would have been something kind of nice to buy if the shopkeep on the previous floor had it, but since he didn't, we had to pick a white item that was kind of bad. So we have a well. Don't need to use it, even though my health is like half. I should be able to do 1 left click and get all my health back, or most of it. So we're going to start picking up gold again, especially silver. Right. So that bat hit me. You saw my blast wave go off, and you can see it's on cooldown, and now it's back up. So the next hit, we'll do another blast wave. And that's just from this flame shield here. So this is the max.
Yes, dude!
Oh, hey. How's it going? Thanks for the follow. Alright, so we're just knocked out those guys. We're going to try to kill all the elites. Just because we want to get more items. Because if we can farm now and get more items versus farming later, it's going to pay off a lot better. Okay, so just try to avoid as many projectiles as possible. I'm also starting to scan for the button. Alright, there's the button. Alright, so I got hit by that projectile. You saw my blast wave go off. We have a chest over to the left hand side. We're going to go ahead and grab that. I need to fix my overlay, I guess. It doesn't show who followed on screen. But I appreciate the follow. Really helps a lot. Also, welcome to the channel. If you have any questions, please feel free. I'll read all the comments and let you know. I try to commentate as much as I can, but if you have anything you want to hear about, I'll talk about it. I could meteor there, but I don't like being rooted. I'd rather go slow and just left click more, even though meteor is really fun. Since it roots you in place, you set yourself up to taking a lot of damage. Alright, so we're going to continue on. We want to grab these diamonds. We want to get this silver chest. Alright, got hit, but 50% damage, still took like 15 health. So it's still a lot of damage. 5% evasion, that's really good. If I can get more evasion, just free, it's 5% chance to take no damage, which I'm all about. Especially if I get the whole trickster set, it'll put me around 30%, and that's really good. Just 30% more life or 30% less damage taken, however you want to think of it. We'll try a meteor here. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. So we're just gonna kind of rotate, right? Go around this corner. Doesn't look like they want any. Disciples. That's the first piece. So just gonna try to avoid those as best we can. We're just gonna move on to the next floor. We have a lightning puzzle. So I have last stand. I don't expect this puzzle to go well at all. I may be able to get a bronze key, but we'll see. Last stand makes you 33% slower, so yeah, okay, there's an apple. Might not even be worth doing, but we give it a shot. Gotta try. Alright, so I see a secret off the bat right there. I'm also looking for the button. I don't see it yet. It may be hidden in this bush over here. It's kind of hard to tell with the shadows. That's not it. I'm going to try to meteor here. So we kill a couple of those. Just make the pull a little easier with those redhead guys. And yeah, the other ones ran into it. Alright, they're kind of scaring me, so I just want to go ahead and take them out. We're just going to rotate over here. Kill those guys, and I just want to get this secret as soon as possible, just in case it's an item that kind of changes everything. It is a diamond, but what can you do? So I'm not really ready to go up there to get that chest yet, but then I just saw the button, so I am ready. I was going to say that I wanted to wait and get the button before I went up there. So we see the shop. Can I aggro these bats? I can't, so I'm just going to continue on. I'm trying to play as safe as possible, because it really goes a long way, especially if you develop the playstyle early. When you get to the higher NGs, you won't have as many issues converting, because you either have to get really lucky with item drops, or you got to start changing your playstyle. And the higher you go, the more it forces you to change the way you play. So, especially solo. Maybe in a group it's a little different. So we got the sphere. It's alright. Mana regen, like I've been saying, it's not really great on my character right now. I don't really spam meteor that much. But, you know, it doesn't hurt, it's just not super exciting. We're going to meteor here just to clear out a little bit. It actually helped to pull for us. Bats are kind of annoying because they're unaffected by the ground part of this. I really want to kill those flowers, because they're going to do a lot of damage to me if I get hit. Alright, like I get hit there. So we're just going to do kind of a rotating, kiting strategy. And there we go. I couldn't really think of any other way to do that safely. We try to meteor here. Got a little bit of damage on him. Let's see if he dies. Yep, so he dies. So I essentially only meteor when it's completely safe. Like I wouldn't want to run into this room and meteor, even if I'm in combo. I know you can move, but it's just not safe. So I'm gonna clear these guys out, and I'm looking to meteor now. There we go. So that guy got one shot. That must have been a critical. So let's go ahead and buy with 5k gold. So we definitely want to finish this trickster set at some point. The evasion is a great defensive bonus, but let's look at what else we have. Spiked flail again, don't really care about this. Health regen is minimum. I'm probably going to buy the Markhams just because I want to have 3-piece by the end of the game. So we're looking at Markhams, we're going to have Sandals of Swiftness. Critical chance of my primary is okay. Constructs, I've actually disabled towers in the fountain, so this is kind of not as good. So I'll probably take the Assassin's Dagger just because it's a green item and I can get it out of the pool so I can get better drops later. And we'll start completing our sets. So Markham's, Swiftness, Dagger. And we still have some gold. We don't need to deposit because it's floor 2 and I don't want to have no money going into Act 3 just in case there's a shopkeep off the bat. We have a drink. So I'm trying to throw some fire around where these guys can move. So like this choke point and the choke point down there. And I'm just slowly working my way down. I could play a little more cautiously and kind of face pull, where you would kind of come around the corner and let them aggro you, and then you just kind of stack those things. I'll show you like over here. You just kind of do this, and when he walks towards me, he dies. It's hard to show you because everything gets one shot right now. Alright, so we got boosted movement speed. These are okay. I'm like not super happy about having boosts that increase my speed because I'm using Crimson Death, and the plus 0.3 movement speed just means I'm taking more damage to my health faster, which isn't horrible. As long as I'm leeching, I'm okay. So we know there's nothing over there, so I'm just gonna avoid it. Let's see. I don't see the pattern right offhand, so I'm gonna use the solver. I can link it if anyone doesn't have it, but there's just like an online web resource that tells you the moves you need to make to do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last one. Alright, and what do we get? We got a monster manual for Beast. We're not going to see too many more Beasts in the game, but it does count for the dragon, so it's 20% more damage, at least versus the last boss of the game. So there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, we're just going to continue on. Alright, we found a secret right off the bat. Thanks, Bat. Claymore, it's okay. More damage on a fireball, and that's about it. Oh, there's a bomb. Kind of looking over there, don't see anything super exciting, but probably still have to go over there. See a chest over to the left, and I'm also looking for the button. I don't see it yet. Since this is 4-3, I'm going to save the monolith until I've completed the level, so I can use the effects for the boss. There's a lot of good effects versus the boss, especially the damage one. My character could care about the health one, but I don't really see the fight going that long. It could care about the mana one, but I also kind of don't see that. Right, so this is a perfect time to meteor. Just hit it once and run away. Repeat. And there we go. Just don't want to take any unnecessary damage. Slippery Cloak. So this is what I'm talking about. We basically have slowly been gaining the Trickster set. You saw when we got the first item earlier, we were talking about the 5% evasion is good, and then we bought that, and now we just found the third piece. So we have 17% evasion. So really good defensive, just for nothing at all. And the items are pretty common, especially if you can get one of the 2 daggers early. So I'm trying to go back and forth and avoid arrows. So the button's not this way, but we have glass walks enabled. So we're able to just go ahead and get it now. We won't have to backtrack over here. That's our second piece, and health regen. Health regen's always good, but if I'm in combo, I'm probably killing stuff, so I'm benefiting a lot off my Crimson Death. Alright, this is like a perfect example of a time to meteor. It tries to pull some stuff, but it can't. I imagine the button's over there, if I had to guess. Alright, let's meteor before he gets over here. Perfect. You could have called that like a risky meteor. But I knew I had enough time. If you're not as experienced with the character... Oh, it's not over there. Alright, it's either back up or it's a little further down. I didn't see a chest up there, so... Oh, there it is. So, it may not be worth going back up there. Alright, so spin the green stuff, avoid it. You want to avoid everything you can. Like, my character's pretty tanky, and I'm still avoiding everything. Like, I have 35 magic resist, 57 armor, because I started Amulet of Kings. Alright, we'll grab that. I don't think there's anything up there I can get. So Crimson Death, I'm going to lose a lot of health going up there. But that's okay, because it's 3rd floor, and you get fully healed going into the boss. And there's a monolith here. So there's really just nothing up there for me. We've already found a secret this level, so it's unlikely there's another secret. And we don't see a chest on the map, so... Alright, let's continue. Again, we're not going to deposit. There's no need to. This isn't enough to be really worried about. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to try to stack ground effects. So the boss gets aggroed when you pass these two, from what I've seen. So we're going to pass it. Just drop that there, and then throw some of these out. We'll try to avoid the bombs and take the one right there. And we're just kiting back, trying to avoid arrows. There we go. Alright, so even more armor and a movement speed buff. This movement speed buff's a little better because it happens when you're killing enemies. So I'll be leeching instead of just moving faster and taking more damage. I'll be leeching while I'm moving faster. So it'll really benefit me. Alright, so I don't really like this trap. It's a little deceiving, and with last stand, I tend to take a little more damage than I should. If I take any, but I'm gonna try not to take any. But I'm gonna try to take out the traps before I do anything else, or get the items before I do anything else. If there's a powerful item, I want it as soon as possible. That's the mindset, at least. So we're just gonna clear these guys. Gonna grab some gold in case there's a shopkeep up here. Silver is almost always worth grabbing. It really depends on your NG levels that you're doing. If you're doing higher NGs and you don't have any thief NG levels, then you're gonna need even more. So what do we actually get? Stiletto? I don't have hybrid damage, or maybe I have some. So it's not a big pickup. So I just kind of walk diagonally out of there. Let's actually see. Magic damage, magical damage, magical damage, hybrid damage. So my meteors do slightly more damage because of the stiletto ignoring the armor. Alright, so we have the big boy. Try to kill the big boys for more items, keys, etc. We're going to do the kite and kind of rotate strategy just to make sure we don't get hit. Alright, another trap. This one is also kind of annoying for last stand users. If I don't get the first couple off, or if it changes directions really rapidly, it could be an issue, but I do have regen, so see, that was kind of not where I want to be. I took damage, but I have a boost when I take damage. Alright, regen. Regen's always good, it's always a green item. You can get it out of the pool. So now I'm looking for statues and secrets. I try to play a little quickly here, while still being kind of safe. Just seeing if we can get the run down a little faster. Grab the silver. Alright, we see the statue. I think I might be able to meteor it. We'll at least try it for science. Alright. It only does a portion. I don't know if it's really worth, oh, I almost took it out. The burn. Alright. So, regen is definitely helping us right now. Let's just go ahead and take it out. I'll still have to go over there and click the button, but I want to take it out. Alright, it's just a priest. Alright. Just making some progress. Alright, so here's another statue. I'm going to try to pull things without damaging the statue. So I don't really want ghost. I would like to just be able to do all the damage to the statue at once. There we go. Alright. So I'm basically going to do a combo of things. I'm going to do meteor, left click, blast wave. We're going to try to just get everything at once. I'm focused in the mage. And then the melee guys. And then the range. Alright. Let's pick up even more money. I'm gonna refresh my chat. I don't know if it's working. Okay, it's refreshed. We're gonna continue on. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, just post it. If I missed anything before, it may have been because it's broken or no one's saying anything. Either way. Let's see. We've already done that one. We just need to press the plunger. Alright, so yeah, now I'm just cruising, looking for secrets. If a great threat happens, it's not a big deal, because it's only one statue left. I'm gonna grab the silver key and the silver, or at least most of it, and just continue on. I think the other statue's gonna be over in this area. We know it has to be to the east, but I guess I'm saying I don't think it's... I didn't think it was right there. Meteor, good measure. Got like one of the Bannermans. It's okay, not the greatest, but who cares? Alright, I want to grab this ore. Ore's not taxed, so it's always worth picking up. See some more ore up top. Alright, we got the great threat, and there they are. Alright. So, I don't really have the option to kill everything around it first, so I'm just going to kind of do the damage to it at the same time. We'll just meteor. Alright, I'm just going to check real quick, see if that's a secret. No. Oh, there's a secret though. So, yeah, you always want to check some of the undiscovered parts. So this is an item I was talking about I wanted earlier when I was rolling my shop. I was thinking if I could get Scepter of Kings in that item, I'd be pretty happy. Or like 2 damage items. So like the damage penetration wand in Scepter of Kings or something along those lines. I'd be pretty happy. Also Mage Bane would have been good. But you can essentially only get 1 blue and probably realistically only 1 green from the shop. You technically could get 2 green, but it seems really unlikely. Alright, so I see a chest there. This also looks like a trap. So I'm gonna get this trap over here because that one looks like it's in the center. We still have our health regen, so it should be an easy trap. If we even get hit by anything. Alright, so that's the one spell piercing I was just talking about. Alright, so we have a fountain if we need it. So I had toppled towers on, so the tower that was there is destroyed. I see a necro. I'm gonna try to. Didn't really work. Try to kill as much without aggroing the necro as possible. If you can, you try to kite back. And here's our second statue already, and third statue, so we don't have to worry about great threats. Let's go ahead and take it out. And we can hurriedly go to the next floor. Got hit there, but the blast wave killed 2 of them, so it's okay. Alright, I see the necromancer there. We're gonna meteor. He only spawned 1 for himself, so I guess if he dies at the exact same time as the monsters he's given an aura to, like the exact same time, he only creates a ghost for himself. So it's only really useful in, I guess, the wizard's case. Not a lot of characters can one-shot stuff like that. I don't know if I can hit him, but obviously his aura isn't affecting those other ones, so that might have explained what happened before. See, now it's affecting all of them. Interesting. He was just barely out of range. I'm going up to get the chest. I had to think for a second while I was going up here. So, there's a necromancer, but he was a little late to turn his aura on. Alright. Taking some unnecessary shots here. Probably should try to do some preemptive blast waves to start killing these projectiles. But we're not taking that much damage. Like, we're pretty safe. As long as we just continue what we're doing. Alright, so got this treasure chest here. Reflects some magic damage. Got some ore we're gonna go get eventually. We'll probably get to the 3rd boss and call it a night. Oh, we have the shop. Let's see what we want to shop for. So, gonna look for our sets first. We can get the fire resistance, which isn't bad. Old map is just kind of quality of life, especially for Act 4. There's the construct manual again. But we already have a piece, so it's 10% damage, which isn't bad. And good defensive item. And this only increases our meteor damage. So let's go to the old map. Wizard wand. And we're gonna pick one of these green items. I think this damage might be lower than this damage, because this is across the board and this is just for meteor. So we're gonna get Stinger out of here. And this is only 10 block every 10 seconds, so it doesn't seem very good. Like 10 health every 10 seconds, that's not a lot. So unless it works differently than what I'm thinking, I don't think it's worth it. So now we can see we have a gold chest, a drink, some ore, and continue on. We've already done all 3 statues. So we're just gonna kind of rotate and get these items and then prepare for the boss. Well, I guess we got one more floor and then we'll go to the boss. Alright, so there's our ore. So we get out this gold chest. We're hoping for Markham's Sword of Kings. Makes our 3 set. So that's really good. And that affects all your faster attacks and skills. That includes our passive skills. So this is, we have all this flat damage, and flat damage. So this set bonus is actually a 33% more multiplier. So if we have 200 damage, you would times the 200 by an extra 33. Could you get a multiplier on top of your additive damage? And I believe that's the only way in the game to increase your spell speed or attack speed. So it's a multiplier you can't get anywhere else. So it's really powerful when you get it. Alright, we're gonna grab the ore. We'll grab the key just because we probably won't need it. And we're gonna start looking for the exit. So there's the exit. I have 2 more ore, 5 more ore. Probably get the ore. It's probably 3 ore each pickup. That's pretty good. Non-taxed money, essentially. We also just bought from the shop, so we're gonna go and deposit now. I think we'll make enough money for the rest of this floor, next floor, and the first floor of Act 4 that if we find a shop on the first floor of Act 4, we'll still have enough money to hire someone. And it saves like 30 something ore in case I die, which doesn't look likely right now, but things can happen. You have to, if you're using the same setup as me, and you have to walk a good distance, you're going to lose a lot of health from Crimson. So just make sure you know that when you're engaging monsters. Alright, it's 1 down, so if we get a great threat, it'll be really easy. Finished the sorcerer one earlier, and our wizard is our next lowest, so we're going to try to knock that out. We may only get to beating the boss of Act 3 before the call it quits for tonight, but we'll continue another time. So I wanted to try that out there. I was in combo, I wanted to try the meteor, so it does let you just keep moving. It's pretty nice. So I could probably keep adding in meteors now, as long as I have mana to do so. Don't have to worry about watching the combo bar and if it fades away, and then you cast meteor and you root yourself and get 1 shot. So we're just gonna go and take out this 3rd statue, and then we can just explore the rest of the map. I'm just gonna kind of go down here, see if we can see any secrets. Don't see any, so we're not gonna go in there. we'll get this gold chest. I'm a little slow with last stand, so I'm going to try to not take any damage. I believe I have a, if I take damage item, I move a little faster, so we should be okay. Alright, so I picked the wrong start, but I got a lead on it. Alright. And Markham's Mace. Alright, so that was pretty good pickup. The attack power is okay. It's 40 attack power for our, just for our fireball, but getting the 2-piece really makes it, because we're so much closer to the 3-piece. We already have most of the king set, so a lot of the blues we find have a high chance of being Markham's at this point. We also have a monolith, so we're going to use that now since we're going into the boss. Oh, music stopped. I'll turn that back on. There we go. Alright. So, did you max your left click? Yeah, so left click I maxed, but the priority is really maxing combustion and scorched earth if you have your talent upgraded. If your talent upgraded, I would say scorched earth number 1, and then after that do combustion. Meteor you can wait a long time. Same with Flame Shield and Blast Wave. You can always get 1 point Blast Wave, 1 point Flame Shield, just to have it, because it is nice getting hit, destroying all the other projectiles, and I have no points in Fire Breath. And then after that I did Fireball, so I'd say 2 ranks here, get the 5 ranks in Combustion, and I would say get 1 point Blast Wave, 1 point Flame Shield, and then max Fireball, then max Flame Shield, and maybe after that pick up Meteor. But it's really up to personal preference. I like playing left click more, so I prioritized it more. But the damage over time is really what does a lot of the damage. There's Unlocked Wiz, been playing it for a week. How are you liking it so far? The meteors are really fun, but they're kind of dangerous sometimes. Alright, so we got Greater Insight, so that's just extra XP, which isn't great for us now. I mean, we're still level 20, so it will help out when we go into Act 4. We'll probably get a level or 2. Maybe not. I don't know. Takes me back to the Diablo one. Diablo 2 or Diablo 3? I didn't play Diablo 2, but I heard the, was it the Battle Mage or some kind of Battle Mage was really fun to play. I think I saw Alkeezer or someone play it. Yeah, teleport would be pretty nice. Alright, so this, I'm not going to deposit in case there's a shop on the first floor of Act 4. And we're going to kind of have the same strategy as the other bosses. We're going to try to lay down as much fire ground as possible, and then kind of supplement it with our other skills. So I'm just kiting the ice. I'm going to deal damage to the tower while I wait. Moving back. Tried to avoid that purple. Didn't make it. There we go. Avoid the ice. Still got hit. Alright, that's 1 down. It's 2 down. Just got this last one. He's on top of the tower, so I'm kind of double dipping damage. There's a lot of ice coming out. Put a potion there, but it was alright. Alright, so we got crit damage with our primary attack, which is okay. You want a 10-to-1 ratio on your crit chance to crit damage, so it just bumped us up to a good ratio, but 18 damage times 333%, what is that, like 60 something, and then you crit. When you crit, you do, instead of 60 damage, you do 120 damage. It's just, I don't know. While the passives are doing 20 damage per second.
Yes, dude!
And 16 damage per second. Oh, thanks for the follow, Tanner. But it's also supplemented by this 444%. So this is actually like 80 damage a second, which is better than me doing my left click, even with crits. So these passives are really good damage over time. It's better to have the damage over time than even use Fireball. Alright, so I'm going to look around the map real quick. We see a gold chest, a couple portals, we have a shop, so good thing we didn't deposit. This also, oh, that's our glass walk to the gold chest. So those orbs are going to hurt a lot, so we're going to try to avoid those as much as possible. And there's our 3-piece Markhams. So that's what we were waiting on. That just gave us 21 magic resist and armor. So these stats are starting to look like in-game stats, and we're only in Act 4. So we're just going to continue on. Got the gold chest. We have our 2 books, and we're going to try to go to the shop first and get as much money as we can on the way to the shop. We're going to also scan for any secrets in the bookcases and cracks in the walls. So we see a button over there. I'm going to go press it. So this is kind of the act to use Meteor a lot. As long as you're safe, you can kill lots of things around these walls. Everything's so much closer than in Act 3. So I'm just going to clear this side, and then we're going to Meteor the other side. Right, we just gained a level. That's right, we still have greater insight going on, so we'll try to kill as much as we can without being unsafe. Yeah, I never played D2, so it may be worth giving a shot someday, but it's hard for me to go back and deal with old graphics nowadays. I'm so used to kind of new stuff. I say that as I'm playing a pixel game, but still. It's rough looking now. I believe it's still a great game. I hear people talk about it forever. We'll try Meteor again. I don't know if we'll hit anything. We got one orb. One orb over there. Okay. We're just going to clear out these so we can shop in peace. This isn't going to be my favorite way to shop because it's possible we have to leave the shop to farm money, and we can find an item that we find in the shop. I know I talk about that all the time, but it is something that happens. Maybe it'll happen to me. And I'll try to explain it to make a little more sense if anybody doesn't get it. So if you go to the shop and let's say we wanted to buy these 3 items, I don't have enough, so I come back and try to get this 10k gold to buy this, but in doing so I find a gold chest and this drops. So then I come back and I have to buy one of these other terrible items when I wanted to buy this, and if I could have bought this earlier, then out of the chest I could have gotten a different item, so I would have had 2 rare items instead of just 1 rare item. That's the logic behind it, at least. So since Vendor's Coin is here, we have to decide if this is worth buying before we buy anything else. Combo when we use the potion. So Defender's Halberd is basically a must-have here. I kind of want the Greater Sphere of Regen, but we'll have to come back for it. And then I'm also looking at the Tower Shield, because I don't care about gold, and this is essentially gold, that's gold, and these don't really do anything. So we're going to buy the Halberd while we're here, and we'll just go and buy the Tower Shield, and we'll see if we have enough money to come back and buy that. If we find this in a chest while we're out, I think we'll buy the Sphere and hope to get a 4 set so we can use potions later on in the game. It's not very strong, but it's better than nothing. gonna take a chance, jump through this portal. I don't really know where it goes. There'll be a ton of mobs around us. It wasn't so bad. If they were more inside, it would hurt a lot. Just doing some meteor clear. The exit's been revealed. Don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, chapter 1 is blood. Don't think we'll get to the boss tonight, but we'll at least finish this floor. I'll probably finish the run up tomorrow. Alright, so we have this guy coming. We want to lay down as much ground as possible and just not get stuck in his confusion. Even though I have a lot of armor, it's not good to try to tank his physical hits. Especially if you get confused, you'll be throwing your fireballs in the wrong direction. You won't be doing any damage to him, and it only takes like 2 or 3 hits to kill you. Really slow with last stand. As you can see, I'm walking around without killing a lot of enemies, and my health is just kind of going down. That's from Crimson Death, but kill that one guy, gained a little bit. Try to do a meteor up here. And I'll kite them into the meteor, scorch ground, if they would come over here. We have this portal here. It's probably got a chest, or it's possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and run back and grab my item that I want, just in case it drops the same item. That's what we'll do. We're just going to plan to kill these up here to gain our health back, and we're going to jump in the portal, which is probably a trap that's either here or here, and then we'll jump in this portal and that portal. Alright. So it's okay. I hear it's one of the weaker ones, but really the health gain, we just went from, we're 190 health now, so we almost gained 25% health, which is a lot of effective health, especially with our resist and armor. Alright, so we have the guy coming at us. We're just gonna kind of stay here. I'm gonna go ahead and do meteors and just avoid his confusion. And there we go. So I'm just kind of rotating down to get to this other portal. And we're gonna look for more secrets if we can find any. Walks right into that. So let's see, we got apparitions, not a big deal, but it is 10% more damage. Yeah, I did. I wanted my ore. So, yeah, I put on agile enemies. I'm using Last Stand, and I've been able to deal with it so far. Oh, I never checked the second book on the last act. So I know chapter 1 is blood. And we'll check this one, and I guess I'll have to find the 4th book in the next act, or we'll just have to do multiple rituals. Just either way, whatever. So we got dark. So just so I remember. I think that was right. I guess if you killed him quick enough, but that wouldn't fly in high NG. Yeah, this is a low NG strategy. I don't have any chapel stuff pretty much. I have a defender chapel and nothing else. And I have no upgrades from the blacksmith, and I think only spell damage upgrade from the wizard. So it's not optimal at all, but I'm doing enough damage that I'm fine. I have a lot of damage from the 3-piece kings and a lot of defense from the 3-piece Markhams. So I think we're pretty safe. I think that was the last portal and secret on this floor. So I'm gonna go and go and deposit. Because we're on the first floor, we already shopped. We want to save our ore in case we die, and then gonna call it a night. So grab this. I need it for the achievement, and it'll just be health to lose on the way to the end. Maybe I can kite these guys over. If I can kite them to the exit, I can gain the health. Well, I have these guys over here, but it works the same way. Alright, so I'll take a look at the map real quick just to see. So we have the last book we need. We have we have a chest. We have at least 2 portals, so probably up to 2 traps. Hopefully some more gold chests. And that's about all I can see over here. So we're actually going to call it a night. I hope everybody's enjoyed